So for those of you who don't know Cesium, I think is a great platform because the AEC future software specification was very clear. Engineers want to design in context and at scale. And what you see here is basically the planet, a digital twin of the planet. And here we are setting up the context. So with the Cesium application, which is a web-based application, but it also works on the desktop with game engines such as Unreal, Godot, Unity, Omniverse, 3JS, you name it. You can then use the cloud platform to access data to provide the context that you're going to be working in. And here we see a simple JavaScript application that is being developed to bring the terrain, Bing Maps, for instance, or Google 2D Maps, but then also 3D reality tiles from Google, which is embracing the OGC open standards of 3D tiles. And then you can just pull these additional data layers of photorealistic 3D tiles. And just in a few clicks, you get an application at the scale of the planet where you can have all the buildings, all the streets, all the reality data that Google has captured. Now, because this is a multi-layered cake, we need to add more and more layers, and here we are punching a hole through the Google photorealistic 3D tiles, and we're bringing a photogrammetry mesh. So your survey to look at your site, what are you going to be working on? What is the context around your project? And there again, using technologies such as reality capture, photogrammetry, and we have tools and products for that, you can then bring your reality mesh into the context of your application, and you can start stacking up those layers. Good. So you see the performance is also very important here. We've talked about how the users need to be able to design on multiple devices. This works in a web browser, and this will give you excellent performance on any kind of device form factors. Now let's go to the next step. We have set up the context, and we want to get some work done. So you've seen multiple plugins yesterday, pushing and exporting data from tools like Revit, and I'm going to show you a project that is like featuring multidisciplines. So let's get a Revit model in there. So once more, we have multiple layers. We're going to punch a hole through the photogrammetry mesh that was created, and we're going to be building a new 3D model into the application. So here, we're just introducing the clipping area, so we're going to punch that hole in the data. And then after that, Cesium has developed a plugin for Revit. We have multiple plugins that are able to integrate and try to maximize interoperability between the applications of the different software vendors. And that plugin is just going to take that BIM model with the geometries and all the metadata, export this to an open standard, which is the OGC 3D tiles, which contains both the geometries and the metadata. And that data will then become available inside the application we just created. So we're uploading to Cesium here. The application, so this is living in the cloud. So this is the compute, the processing I was mentioning before. Taking that BIM model, tiling it, generating all the data takes a bit of time, and then hosting and streaming this so that users can consume this on mobile devices is also very valuable. So that model is now generated as one or more additional data layer, and by just adding 1 or 2 lines of additional JavaScript to our application, we're going to add another data layer, which will then come and enrich our application. And voila, you have your Revit model inside the Cesium application with the context around it.